Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you whenever you're watching this. My name is Hans Kamal and welcome to my channel. This is Diaries of a Lukewarm Christian, a series that I've started on this channel, and it's basically a series which delves into a lot of different topics that I think about, that is at the core of me, of who I am, and my journey as a Christian and also as a person as well. So, if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you very much for coming through. And if it is not your first time here, welcome back. Thank you so much for coming again. You were missed, so I appreciate you for coming through. Yeah. So, today is a very interesting day. Today is not today, but 2 days ago, the 27th of Feb, marked my 2 year anniversary of being on YouTube and creating content, doing all of these different amazing things. And so I just wanted to come on and just talk about the journey that it has been, the experiences that I've had, just all of these different the impact that it's had on me, and how I started as well. At the core of this video, I hope that it can shed light. I don't think I've ever spoken about my YouTube channel, and honestly, even when I do speak about it, I'm very nervous. So I think most of the time when I do, I'm like very shy about it. But I hope that this video can like shed more light into the thought process, the ideas, how I've gone about these 2 years basically, and yeah, just give some clarity into this part of my life, this very exciting part of my life that it's been over these 2 years. There's balloons here. That's why I have balloons. These are like balloons at the back. So I'm very glad. I was wanted to like set the mood a bit by the balloons, and yeah. So hopefully it is feeling. Hopefully you're feeling very the festiveness out of across the screen from across the screen. Alright. So we're gonna get into it, and yeah. Hopefully you enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully you're inspired. Hopefully you are also some of your questions are answered too, as well. Yeah. So when I first got on YouTube 2 years ago, the main aim was just to do basketball videos. That was literally like the only thing that was it. Like just create basketball videos and not even like tell anyone around me about it. I don't think no one knew. I wouldn't post it on anything. I wouldn't share a link or anything. I was just creating videos, put it on shorts. Maybe that's the most like promo for it I would do. And the reason why is because I really love basketball. That's literally one of like a sport that has honestly just captured my a lot of who I am, and a lot of what I've done in uni and also personally as well. So Christian content, Christian videos, making videos about the Bible was not in the cards at all. And another part of that was because at the time 2 years ago I wasn't really in a good place with God. I wasn't really like I wasn't I was in the best place, man. I wasn't even going to church. I wasn't really devoting a lot of my time to it, or really like delving deep into my relationship with God. So basketball videos were like it was a way for me to express myself and do something that I knew I wanted to do, but I didn't want to bring in all of like my personal life or anything like that. I just wanted to keep it on this topic only, basically. And for a long time, I think for a few months, it worked. I did like 10 basketball videos where I just created them. I would do research, find stats, and honestly, I really enjoyed it. That time was really really fun. It was really really fun. And I think I also did create a couple of videos on this channel as well, where I was also doing like a research. I'll do like research about like different topics. So I did one on like the taxi industry. I did a couple of vlogs. So I was really experimenting a lot with YouTube. Like I'll be doing a lot of that. And it was fun. It was fun expressing myself. It was fun like getting into a space where finally I'm learning to use my voice, and I didn't have to. And it was something where I knew that I could express all of this creative energy part of me. Like I would try and come on here and like be able to talk about things that I wanted to. I'd be able to enjoy myself. The process was really really beautiful. Creating all of those videos, the process was really beautiful, and I think that's when I started to, I think, get into just like the routine of like, yo, I really enjoy making videos, and that was fun. It was fun for me. It was fun learning about editing, learning about coming up with ideas and all of that. It was really really fun. But it did reach a breaking point, and the breaking point was me basically going through like a breakdown in uni. I think this was a year, maybe a year and two and a two, a year and a half ago. Let's say a year and a half ago. This was 2023, late 2023. I had a bit of a breakdown, and everything just stopped. Like from then, everything stopped. I didn't want to do anything. I didn't want to focus on school. I didn't want to focus on everything, friends, family. Like I was just not in a good space at that time, and everything suffered because of that, honestly. And it was a really difficult time to like to for me to want to even create anything, or for me to want to honestly even having like there was had no sense of purpose. Just a bit, there was no sense of purpose, no sense of drive. Everything had just shut down, honestly, for me in that time, and it was really difficult. It was really, really difficult because I think I spent like, I think for maybe a month and a half I was just like in bed, like I was just like in bed, not wanting to talk to anyone. Maybe I went out to like do maybe a bit of like basketball or just to play, but it was really just such a hard time. So yeah, so I think that's like I just reached a breaking point with everything where I basically just like I needed to take some time away, and yeah, so it was a hard time at that. It was very difficult for me, honestly. Yeah, so literally for like a month and a half, bro, I'm literally just in bed, not doing anything. And that whole time I remember just feeling so empty. Like I didn't have, ooh, I think just dealing with so much with a lack of peace, with a lack of direction, feeling alone, feeling like none of it matters anymore. It was definitely like one of the hardest moments for me to have gone through, and I don't even know. It's only God. I don't even know why, or how I got out of it, honestly. But I remember that there was this video by a filmmaker called Vu Landers, and he created this video about how you can create, how you should film, and he said something that like really stuck to me was, you film anything, like nothing, you don't have to have the best equipment, the best idea to start filming. Literally, you start filming, anything that you do is a film. And when he said that, something just like something sparked in me where I I felt this renewed sense of drive. I felt this renewed sense of like purpose, where I wanted to start creating again. And it wasn't really, and even this time I would even say it wasn't even like wasn't from this like Christian space. It was just like, yo, I really want to do this. I really want to like go ahead and like start filming again. And I came up with this idea called September. September is it's the first, should be the first video on this channel, but September was basically created at the start of was created, I would say, towards the end of me in that season where I was just feeling so broken, honestly. And if you listen to it, a lot of it, it was me, the voiceover that I do. There's a lot of things that I say that is related to what I was going through at the time. And wow, I think that when I created September, that was the first time where I put a voice to how I was feeling. And so it was the first time where I was able to, even though I couldn't verbally speak to people or talk to my friends or family about what I was going through like that film, I was able to express like different emotions that I was going through, different things that I felt. That and I think I remember I put like a timer, and and that felt like how that was like the pressure that I felt at that time, where it felt like time was running out. And it was so And I'm so appreciative that God like allowed me to see Volanda's video, because honestly, without it, it would not I would not have been able to like get out of that funk and that get back into like the that whole creative space again. So that is such a pivotal part of my journey. September is such a pivotal part of this whole 2 year journey, honestly. Um, so yeah, uh, after that video, I was very glad about it. I posted on Instagram and I was very happy about it. And that's when I started to rekindle my relationship with God. And that's when I started to start thinking about YouTube again, and to start thinking about it from like, hey, I know that this is something I really enjoy. Like I really enjoy creating. And I also need to I would like to also stress that like getting back into community was one of like the most pivotal steps in that, because thank you to campus outreach from UJ, that the whole group like Michael, is it Michael, Matthew, Graham, and like all of those amazing people. But I'll start going for their campus outreach meetings on Friday, and just hearing the word and hearing the experiences, meeting people who are like Christian, and it also gave me a renewed sense of life. And I'm so thankful for God for them and how they, because I don't think they even knew, but at that time, like those meetings were honestly the only thing that kept me going. Literally, the only thing that kept me going at that time was like their meetings. I don't even know who invited me to it. I have no idea. I think I just went. I just went random. I didn't go randomly. I think probably was MK who. It was definitely MK. Who posted something on his status, and I saw like the campus outreach thing, and I went to it, and that was something which gave me so much joy and peace, and like it made me more excited about life. And so I'm so appreciative for them. And so when I started going to meetings, one of the things that stood out to me the people the people. And everyone has a unique story. Everyone has a unique story about how they go through life, how they came into Christ. And I remember this one lady spoke about her journey with Christ and how she came into the faith, and how her background was she came from KZN, and so they believe in ancestors. And so coming to UJ was like, and engaging with campus outreach was something that like helped her to learn more about Christ. And I thought it was so interesting how each of us have these like unique stories, and how they're so, and how inspiring that was. And that led to me getting the idea of like, hey, what if I interviewed people? What if I interviewed people about these stories? I think each person who's a Christian, doesn't matter who you are, doesn't matter what background you're from, there is something unique that God has put in. There's a unique story that God has written for you. That is something that is helpful to the body. And I think that that's where the seed that when I was thinking about that, seeds of the cross came into mind. It started becoming this idea of like, hey, what if I did this? What if I did this? What if I created a channel where I would just interview people from campus outreach and like would get their voices out? And it was such a beautiful time, because God was like, he was very intentional about putting me in that position. Because without me creating September, I would not have had the confidence to I would not have had the confidence to now go into, hey, I want to create a video about with other people and interview people. And so and also how he pushed, also it's a very interesting story about how the first interview came about. But with Seeds of the Cross, I had the idea and I was like, okay, I know I want to do this. I know I want to do this, right? And I remember it was a Sunday. And Brownie Sips, Pelele Matuda, this guy calls me, one of my very, very good friends. He calls me and he's like, hey, I want to go to APB, because we used to hoop, we used to like play basketball there with like the guys from church. And he's like, I want to go there. He called me so randomly. I wasn't even expecting it. He's like, yo, are you going there? I was like, no, I'm not going there. But do you wanna go? I'm like, okay, let me go. And along the way, we just start talking about life. We start talking about life. We start talking about our experiences with God. We start talking about everything. Literally, he tells me about his like situation, how he's going through, the things he's going through, and I also tell him like how it's been for me. And I remember when we entered APB, I basically like tell him about this idea I had about Seeds of the Cross and how I want to interview people and I want to let them know about like, yo, this is how like I think it's important to like get people's testimonies out there. I think people don't realize how powerful their story is and how it could impact people. And so I don't think I was even like asking him. I was just letting him know. And he's like, "Oh, that sounds dope, man. That sounds dope." And I don't know how it came about because I definitely did not have the confidence to ask him. But he was like, "You should do that. We should do that." And it's like, and when he said that, I don't think I clocked it, but like his excitement like made me feel so much comfortable with doing it. And that's why I love Brandy so much, man. Like he 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 gave me confidence in the idea that I just had. Like as much as the idea was there, he made it more real. Like he validated that me in that moment when I needed it. And even when we shot the video, we went through like some technical issues as well. So when we shot it, the first like what you see on Seeds of the Cross right now is the second take, because the first take it first take didn't work out. And I remember that time like when I realized, oh no, the video didn't shoot, or the video's not processing. I was like, oh man, I felt so much like there was so much tension. I was like, maybe I'm not supposed to do this, and all of those negative thoughts started coming through and like stuff. And I remember Brownie just being so calm, and like he has such a calming presence that like he made me feel more like comfortable. Like, okay, we're gonna shoot it again. And that was honestly, it was so. I thank God that he was the first. I was the first guest on Seas of the Cross, because he honestly his his like calming presence and his encouragement was something that truly and also the video is amazing. He gave me such beauty. His vulnerability in that video was so encouraging, and it just opened me up to like seeing the potential of what Seas of the Cross could be. So I'm so thankful that like Brownie was like the first guest. And as well with Seeds of the Cross, that was the first time where um, I started putting myself out there more as a creator and as someone who creates videos. And that was very interesting. It was a very interesting time for me because it was I'm not necessarily someone who enjoys that. I think even if you go and look at the videos, the first couple of videos on Seasons of the Cross, I'll be behind the camera and I'll just be like talking to the people, because I didn't, being on camera was something that I couldn't imagine. Doing something like this where I'm talking to a camera or doing anything, I would rather be behind and let someone else be the subject rather than me being there, because it was just like a lot of insecurities, a lot of just nervousness, and those type of emotions. So Seeds of the Cross was also a pivotal point for my growth as not only a Christian but also as a person, in becoming more confident in myself and in me presenting, in me coming on and being like, hey, how are you, da da da, and talking about it. And I love that God did that, because the journey that He's taken me from high school until now, it was very beautifully intentional. And I think when I look at my this 2 years on YouTube, everything has been so beautifully intentional by God. And I'm just so appreciative of so many different experiences that I've had. because it has not only impacted my life, like the confidence part of it, but also spiritually. The people who I've meeting people like MK and being able to connect with people like MK, people like Junior, people like who Karen, all of these different people. Like everyone has like everyone has sown a beautiful seed in me, and I hope that I've also done the same for them. But like they have literally allowed me to see God in different ways. I've been able to view God and see, how wonderful His pen is. To use a rapture, but how wonderful His pen is in terms of like the stories that He writes, how intentional He is about putting people in these positions, making sure that how faithful He is. And so it's been such a beautiful experience getting to know God and getting to know my brothers and sisters in Christ as well. Um, um, I've struggled, or not, yes, I've struggled with people. I've struggled with trusting people. I've struggled um, with getting to feel safe in the presence of other people. If you look at a lot of my journey has been very me being isolated. My nickname in high school was Solo. Part of that was because I always preferred being alone. In university, it was also solo. People always ask, why are you always alone? Literally, I've been in this place for, I don't know, for a few months, and I rarely go out. So that's literally like something that always, that is carried, that's always followed me, is me being alone. And one of the things which I feel that this journey on YouTube has helped me with is also growing with people and learning to challenge myself to engage with people, to put myself in uncomfortable positions, to have to ask people for help. Not help, but also like to interview them, to create questions for people. And one of the things also, like if you watch like the interviews, I have to go on there, like people can say anything. I have people will go in any way, and I have to navigate that. And it's very uncomfortable. Honestly, it's very uncomfortable. But I'm appreciative of how that has helped me to connect with you, because the friendships that I've built, the relationships that I've been able to have with these people have become so deeper, and I've gotten to like even destroy those parts of me which were honestly out of this place of fear. And so I'm very appreciative that my journey on YouTube has helped me to grow with people as well. And I think that I'm forever indebted to each and every person who's shown up on any of these channels. Honestly, even you watching this, you know, you don't know how much you don't know how much that means to me, because it's it helps me to regulate myself, but also to learn how to stop thinking, so to stop being so selfish in a sense. I don't think the word is selfish, but it's helped me to stop being so self-centered, to stop worrying about myself, to stop worrying about how I look, how I sound. But it's now me being able to come on and to whatever I say is like, I pray that you find it useful to you, and if you don't, I'm still the process is the process is the win. Me being able to come on has helped me so much. Me being able to speak and to kill those feelings of self-doubt or self-worth, is that's the win. That's the win for me. That's the win for me. And it's been such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful journey. It's been a very beautiful journey that I've gone through. Yeah. Yeah, so that's on the Seeds of the Cross side of things, and yeah, also the church side of things as well. um I want to speak about the Hans Kamal channel. I think that this has been where the most the most the most growth has been, because I've had to come on and truly speak. This has been most part has just been me coming on, and apart from maybe a few moments of where I've had to like bring, like through series like Being and stuff like that, I've had like different people come on, but for the most part it's just been me coming on and speaking. and having to be on camera and having to present stuff about my life. Diaries of a Lukewarm Christian, if you look at every episode on this series, it's literally been me coming on and being honest about experiences that I have, feelings that I have. I'm thinking about stuff like I want my kids to see me cry, where I come on and speak about my fears about being a father, my desire to also be a father, like navigating my own relationship with my dad and everything. Or Beta Squad, where I'm thinking about my experiences as a man and me feeling like I don't really feel like a man, because when I think about what a man means, do I really fit that? And like these are very damn, these are extremely honestly, I'm like, wait, why? I was really open on this channel about a lot of things. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. But yeah, so like you see, like Diaries of Lukewarm Christian, like these are the type of conversations that I've been having. My experiences with porn, honestly, like coming on being like, yo, I'm struggling with this. And it's not like I'm coming to you from like this place where I'm at the end of it. No, I'm going through it, literally, still going through it. And so it's like this has been such an intimate channel, and I don't know how I've been able to do it. I don't know how I've been able to do it, honestly. I don't think, yeah, honestly, I don't know. I have no idea how. Because the conversations on this channel are very personal. I don't think I've shared them with anyone, even like people who are very close to me. So it's been a very interesting journey of my own like self discovery. I think this channel has been a big part of this, of my journey as well with YouTube. I think it's also tied to my self discovery, where I am going through these experiences and through these emotions, and I'm being very open about them. And that's been a very interesting experience. Now looking back, like just looking at like the different videos, you know, I'm very glad to have been able to go through it. I'm thankful that God has like has actually given me the strength to like shoot and to speak, and because it's not been easy. Like when I sit down to shoot these videos, I can't lie when I don't have this voice at the back of me that's like, what do people think? Should I say this? Should I say that? Or oh, let me not say this. Those are still there, but I'm so appreciative that God has been able to like help me through that. And yeah, I think that Hans Kamau channel, especially from 2020, from like the late 20s, especially I think late 2022 especially, it has been I've been very much more personal, and so I'm very thankful that my YouTube journey is also tied into my self discovery and my self expression as well. I think that's a big part of it, where I express myself more on these channels. I'm expressing myself, and that is a very beautiful thing. It's a very beautiful thing for me to have been able to go through each of these videos and express myself. Yeah, so I'm very glad about that. Um, and I think also just to look at like the purpose side of things, the purpose. When I think about these channels in relation to my purpose, I think that the title of this video is "Am I Living in My Purpose?" And what I'm basically thinking is like, are these videos my purpose? Is creating these videos my purpose? And I don't know why I'm hesitant to say yes, because I don't know. I think that I watched a video by Lanelle and Lecrae. They have this video where they speak about how he asks the question that, what is your purpose? And she answers the question, and Lanelle says, my purpose is, or everyone's purpose, everyone has the same purpose, and that is to glorify God. That is to be his son or his daughter. That's your purpose. Creating is not your purpose. Creating music, creating videos, creating what is it? Creating on anything is not your purpose. Being a basketball player is not your purpose. And so, and that has left such a big impact on me, where I'm redefining what my purpose is. So am I living in my purpose? For me now, what that means is, am I living well in the sight of God? That is my purpose now. Is that's where I'm trying to like to center my purpose in. It's not am I creating videos. It's not um am I shooting this? Am I working on this video? Am I working on all of these different things on YouTube? Is am I living in a way that God is pleased? Am I living out the Bible? Am I living out in a Christ-like way? And I think that's, if I say that, then I'll say yes. Then yes, I'm living in my purpose. So now, where does this? So what is this then? What is videos? And now when you come into that, what is it now? And I'll say that these videos are basically an expression of that. I wouldn't be able to come and speak to you if I wasn't living in my purpose in God. If I wasn't living in my purpose in God, I wouldn't be able to come and be open. I wouldn't be able to come and be as expressive, as intentional about interviewing people and being put in positions where I'm able to interview these amazing people or come up with these amazing ideas. So I would say that my purpose is to live for God. But now a fruit of that, which is what you guys see, is now these videos. And I think that is it. Am I living my purpose? Yes. And what you are seeing now is the fruits of that, basically. So yeah, that is my very complicated answer. Oh, it's not always not complicated, but that is my answer, long-winded answer to am I living in my purpose? Is that is that all right? Okay, that's a good. I like that answer. So, what's next? What's next? I've been going through a lot of like this week I've been going through like each of the channels. I still to do the path, but I've been going through each of the channels and I've just been asked like, what do I want to see on these channels? What do I want to do with these channels? Because I think that with so many channels, it can be very easy to get lost in what each of them is about. So I'm very glad that I have like these. I'm starting to like develop a voice for each of the channels. I'm starting to develop like, what do I want to do on this? I want to do these type of videos. What do I want to do on the Casual Collective? I want to do these type of videos. What do I want to do on Silver Cross? I want to do these type of videos. And so I'm very happy that I'm now starting to like be able to know where each of them is going, like the roadmap for each of them. I have like a good roadmap for each of them. So I'm glad, and I've been also come up with ideas for videos, and I hope that like March is going to be really exciting for them, and I hope that it's going to be like really fun to now execute and to deliver on like each of these videos. So what's next is just expressing myself more, finding different ways to express myself, finding different ways to enjoy the process more. Can I be honest? The hardest part for me, and the hardest part right now is in like my YouTube journey right now is posting. Whenever I post, I always have this like intense feelings of like, I shouldn't have done that. Feelings of anger, feelings of like just sadness as well. Like I'm so nervous to post. And so one of my biggest things I want to do next is to grow myself in a way that I'm more comfortable. Like after posting, I don't have these feelings of like I can't look at my phone anymore because I'm scared what people will say, or I have to go off my phone for a couple of hours after I post because I'm just like I'm so dysregulated. Like posting and tuning publish just dysregulates me so much. So that is one of my biggest things I want to do moving forward, is just have a better relationship with posting and being more out there. I started posting more on Instagram and TikTok, which I'm very happy about, And so I'm hoping that I can continue with that, and I can be more um, just continue to make it more uh, palatable, to make it more like nicer looking and things like that. And so yeah, man, that's honestly one of my, that's what I really would like to continue doing moving forward, and that's the goal. um yeah, I think that's it for me. What else do I have to say? That's it, yep, that's it for me. Yeah, that's it for me, I think. Last words. Remember that your purpose is to live for God. That's my last words. Just remember that your purpose is to live for God, and everything else comes out from that. And if you have that, and if you are living in that purpose, then everything else is going to sort itself out. And thank you so much. I think it's been 2 years, and new people have come through, new experiences have happened, new videos have happened, and I just want to thank each and every one of you for your encouragement, your prayers, your collaborations in a lot of these videos, man. I really appreciate it, and I hope that continuing on this journey, if it is videos and films and whatever that looks like, it's something that I hope that I'm proud to be able to serve you through these videos. I'm proud to be able to like serve each and every one of you. If you are touched by a video, if you are touched by a certain characteristic that I have that I'm able to express over these videos, I'm very glad that um, I've been able to give you that, and I don't take it for granted. Just being able to come on here for a few moments and just like share with you guys, it's one of my biggest what's the word, my biggest accomplishments as a person. And yeah, so thank you so to each and every one of you for everything that you've done for me. Appreciate you guys so much. Right, I think that's it for me. If you have any questions about any of my journey, I hope that it's been able to be of help to you, or given you clarity, or just helped you out in any way. um yeah, man, I pray that you feel free, ask any questions or anything. I'm ready for anything or anything like that. And yeah, thank you so much. I suck at ending videos. I suck at that. But I just want to like make sure like I truly like convey my deepest like thank you. Like, thank you is not even enough, but thank you guys so much. And thank you to God for creating this time, and for um each and every one of you that side. I'll see you guys somewhere, somehow on one of these channels very soon. Shout out to you guys. Alright, peace out.